Welcome. Why? You know what's so funny? Every time I sit in these seats, I'm always closer to the person that's on my left side. For some reason, I notice it and it bothers me. But now I feel like I'm too close to you, so I'm gonna move back. Anyway, this is that hashtag show. We know why you tuned in because the Captain Marvel trailer just dropped, and we're gonna talk all about it. Before we get into that, though, let me introduce the regulars to this show. The controversial half pint, we like to call him,
Johnny Parker,
Lil JD,
You did it to yourself.
Jezzer Reyes.
I'm back.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well.
How have you taken the comments in stride of last time we saw you making some controversy?
Something about spaghetti or
Yeah,
something?
spaghetti, something like that.
sauce,
Prego.
Spaghetti Western.
And then Johnny Parker the third, second. We had a lot of fun. We were out not too long ago drinking some beers. You had to set some rat traps. How'd that go?
Went well. Cleaned out the garage. That was dope. And also this week was kind of dope as well. We'll start watching a new Netflix series, The Dragon Prince.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, which is
Josh
actually pretty good.
Goldman, our producer,
He
has been
loves
talking.
that. He's
Homeless
like,
Josh
I want to be
Goldman.
the Dragon
Oh, yeah.
Prince.
Wait, how did he get a TV?
Homeless Josh has been talking about
No,
that.
Is he still
stole
going to
it.
Best
No.
Buy just watching what
He
he stream
stole
on
it
there?
from Best Buy, actually.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was like Black Friday. He was like, I ordered that TV. They told me they're going to bring it out to the car, but he didn't pay for it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, he doesn't really have a car. He just brings
No.
it to bring the
Yeah, he
box
has
to
a
another
car.
box.
It's technically his car in his house, but it's...
Hey, 2 for 1. You know,
Yeah,
he likes that
that
kind of thing.
There it is.
So we're here live at the Comic Bug of Manhattan Beach. Now, if you come and join us live, you get cool prizes. Like this thing. These found me's. Now, you might think that these are just cool little cute keychains. Now, you got the Hulk, you got Thor, I got Batman.
adorable.
These are cute little keychains, but they're not just keychains. What they are Wi-Fi finders.
Really?
Yes, they enhance your Wi-Fi. They do all this cool stuff. And they also give you Bluetooth,
And they help you find your keys.
help you find your keys. There's a lot you can do with these. However, we're going to be giving out one of these to one of you lucky guys.
So lucky.
So anybody that
lucky.
does the super chat tonight, we're going to pick somebody at random and you're going to win one of these. But if you want to check these out, you go to foundme.com. You can see it on the screen. If you use the code that hashtag show, you get 15% off.
What?
But
That's awesome.
somebody tonight's going to get one of these for real. Thank you so much, Found Me, for letting us check these out.
Sweet. Thanks, found me. So cool.
Now, a lot's been going on in the superhero world.
Yeah.
We've gotten a trailer. We got some images. There's a lot to get through.
Bunch of new casting users.
Bunch of new casting news. But I got to ask both of you guys something.
Yeah.
What right now in comic books or superheroes are you kind of excited about? Because we're getting into the winter season. We're gonna get Aquaman pretty soon.
Yes.
We're getting Venom right around
Shazam.
the corner. Shazam.
Yeah.
So, Shazam's a while off. But what are you guys excited about?
Honestly, for me, like you said, there's so much cool stuff happening, like with like Scarlet Witch, stuff happening with the X-Men, and like Kevin Feige and people making quotes about that stuff. There's so many cool things happening out there. But honestly, the thing that I'm just steadily looking forward to is that Miles Morales movie in December.
I'm
Ooh,
so
Into
excited.
the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I'm actually going to take my students on a field trip to go see it and everything like
Yeah.
that. So that'll be a fun day for them because again, it's like seeing a minority character on screen like that, wearing J's, having fun.
Yeah.
The animation looks amazing. Like I'm just looking forward to that to so many different levels.
I'm playing the Spider-Man game right now.
Ooh, how's that going?
And Miles Morales Mayer, I think he makes a little cameo in it. You get to play as him, actually.
Dude, that's
It's pretty awesome. He's got a pretty good backstory and kind of makes you want to like play as the Miles Morales Spider-Man. But it's awesome.
Actually, let's make it a little different. We're not going to give these to super chats tonight.
Oh,
We will give these to anybody that shares our last article on that hashtag show. You got to share it to as many Facebook groups as you can. But if you do that, since we can monitor it, we're going to find out who shares the most in those groups, and you're going to get one of these.
Ooh, cool.
and you get to choose.
That way, you don't have to pay any super chats. You guys can just do it. But speaking of super chats, if you are feeling so generous, and if you're not broke like Blackwing, here's what you can do. You can hit that super chat feature, and that helps support the show. And what I mean is you get cool things like that thing on the side there. We get better technology. You can find Josh a home. There's a lot of different things you can do with your donations to that super chat. So we all encourage you guys to super chat. And I want to say thank you for joining us on your Thursday night as we navigate the world of Marvel and DC. All right, guys, let's get to our first story of the night. Now, this is a big one, and it does well on our website at thathashtagshow.com. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, and it looks like we were Oh, I can't say that. We were right.
We were right. So many people doubted, but
Why do you doubt? We're always right.
We're always right.
90% of the time.
So forget what Jeff Schneider says. By the way, he had a Twitter meltdown today, and it was hilarious. Let's talk about this, Johnny. You're a big Joker fan. You're a Batman fan. Chat me up about this. The Joker his name's going to be Arthur, which we's called here at that hashtag show exclusively. You can check out that article that was posted by Todd Phillips, the director. Realistically, is the Joker the kind of character that you want to give an origin to or want to see an origin to?
See, that's the weird thing about it. It depends on how it's done because, like, he does have all this mystery around him, and anytime they do kind of allude to him, like those moments always stick out of your mind. Like, think about that line: "Do you want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?" That line always sticks out from that Batman movie because it's like one of the key things about like the Joker's origin right there. Or you think about one of the best Batman films, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. There, they kind of give origin like Joker a little bit of origin there. We see him as a henchman, like actually running hits and stuff like that. And those are things that always stick out in fans' minds. So even though I don't think we're necessarily asking for it, I think fans actually really want it. They want more stuff about the Joker. They want more of his background.
Nice.
Now, over to you, Jezzer. I got to ask you, with the Joker movie and being Todd Phillips, this movie is going to be made for $50 million. That's not a lot in terms of Hollywood. What do you think is going to be in store? Do you think this is going to be the first big superhero award push? Not saying that Black Panther won't get there, but do you think this is definitely more of an award season type of superhero movie?
I think it's going to be on par, definitely, with like the Nolan Batman films,
Dark Knight
where
and
it's
stuff.
a little more grounded, and you dive a little into the psyche of Arthur Fleck or Joker, and you get to kind of see the origins of how this kind of like crazy character came to be. The one thing I'm not hoping to see is that they turn him into an anti-hero, where they'll have like a villain placed there where, you know, he's the Joker. He's like Batman's biggest villain. I don't want them to like turn him into this anti-hero. You know, I want him to keep that same like crazy evil role, you know?
Now, Blackwing knows I give him crap out of love, but I do want to ask you guys in the chat, are you excited about the Joker movie? But sticking with you for a second, Jezzer, I got to ask. Now, his name is Arthur Fleck. If you take that for what it is, first initial, last name, A. Fleck, A. Fleck. What do you think? Is that a weird coincidence? Is that meta? What is that?
No, I don't think. I think you're reaching over.
That's a pretty strange coincidence, though. A.
Maybe.
Fleck, Arthur Fleck, A. Fleck. No, what do you think?
I think we're just wrong. I think we're just a nice
a little bit of a
coincidence.
reach.
But I gotta be real though. You just mentioned the fact that budget's $50 million. That really piques my interest about this movie more. It gives me a lot of hope for it.
Really?
Because a lot of times when they put like a lot of money behind something, it's like okay, it's gonna be a bunch of CGI. We have all this big explosion and whatnot. But when it's like $50 million and you're like a limited budget, you're really gonna do some nice character-driven story. And for a Joker movie, you pretty much have to take a sane character and you have to drive them to the point of insanity, like kind of like what you're saying, where they become a villain. So to see that break down over time and on a budget of $50 million really means you have to do some really cool character-driven stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
It's kind of
like this might be like our cinematic version of Breaking Bad in a way.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. It's kind of like seeing how Bryan Cranston's character went from being like that teacher, you know, that normal person that you'd see in the street, and turned into this big character.
You know what's weird? As you mentioned this, what was the showrunner? Was Vince Gilligan?
Yeah,
Vince Gilligan.
It kind of feels like weird that DC didn't really, when they started thinking about doing this DC Joker movie, they didn't reach out to him and tap him on the shoulder like, yo, would you mind like looking at the script? Would you mind giving the script?
I was also surprised it was Todd Phillips, whose his films are The Hangover, or what was that? What was it? Wedding Crashers?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Todd Phillips is super outside of the box here.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I think that he's an interesting choice at the very least. But for $50 million, that tells me one thing: you're getting a lot of top level. This is almost like a indie. It's even hard for me to call it a superhero / supervillain movie. It just seems like an indie psychological horror movie almost.
You know, it could remind me of.
And you got and also, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro is going to be in this movie. Like, you got to think, like, there's something going on here, right?
You know
like,
what this low-key reminds me of, and you two would know about this better than me? This reminds me of like something that a studio would do for like some Oscar buzz.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is some award season stuff right here because
Oscar bait. It's an Oscar bait movie.
Because it's like very low-key. We did this on this minimal budget. We kind of built this nice story around everything like that. And then you look at the acting run, the screenshots we're getting right now, we are seeing somebody who's starting with this nice guy who's going to go down to like transition.
Yeah.
So it's looking like we're going to get something like really dramatic.
Now, in the chat, you guys are chiming in. Blackwing's, he's not really interested in the movie, but he's going to watch it.
Of course, everybody here is going to watch it.
Layla says, I don't like the Joker because he's very creepy. Migdalia thinks, who's actually here, his thing is dark humor. It's all about dark humor with the Joker, and I think that he is the perfect match if you're looking at it from that perspective. Now, overall, is it something that you guys are going to run to the theaters, or are you waiting for the buzz? Because this movie has buzz already, and you wouldn't expect it already having a Joker played by Jared Leto, but there's already enough buzz. So the movie has the buzz. Are you guys going to be running to the theaters to watch it?
For big blockbuster films or movies that I follow, I will go like that Thursday night. Probably with a film like this. Maybe the Friday night or maybe the Sunday after, but definitely I'm going to see it first week.
Recently, Travesty, we just got to say a big shout out to the Rest in Peace Movie Pass. You just left Movie Pass.
I did.
And do you want to go? Now's your chance.
Oh yeah, I left
Shoot on him.
Pass. No.
Tell him why you're gone now.
I was the convenience, and I wasn't utilizing it the way that you should, because whenever I'd go to movies to watch movies with friends, I just end up buying it on Fandango because you're buying the whole, reserving the whole seats rather than having to go there and reserve the seats and taking the chance that no, not that. Taking the chance that those seats aren't available, that you're not going to get any tickets. So yeah, I traded the Movie Pass card for my Venmo card. So.
Quick question for you though.
Yeah.
For everybody, this is actually for the chat. Is the Joker something that you're going to watch in a theater? You're going to pass altogether, or wait for Netflix?
Theater.
Or streaming service, I should say.
I mean, I gotta be honest. This will definitely be theater for me. Like, Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor.
Yeah.
And only that though, but he's known to like get into a role. He takes it serious and everything like that. And so again, the way they're setting this movie up, where they're showing again like the budget, the way it's being shot. Like when you show me those stills right now, those images and whatnot, I was really excited because it's like, ooh, we're not getting that.
Looks a little more gritty.
Well, yeah, but we're not getting that Zack Snyder dark tint and everything like that.
Sure.
We're just gonna do the shots that like fit the character and fit the story.
Yeah.
And so like honestly, like I'm really looking forward to this. Like I'm willing to give it a chance because I know like we've been hard on DC before because I mean they put out some questionable films, but I'm really giving them a shot. Like now that they're like switching the studio up, they're like moving some jobs around, putting new people in charge. I definitely want to check this out.
And another thing too to note is that the thing that kind of sells me here on this Joker a little bit more is that he doesn't have damaged tattooed across his forehead.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a moron, and he doesn't have a grill. Now, for you, theater, pass, wait to streaming.
Theater.
Probably
not opening night.
But theater for sure.
Yeah, theater for sure.
Now, and you want to go ahead and I can because the chat's chiming in.
The tone that I'm kind of getting from like these pictures. Do you guys remember that Robin Williams film where
Jack?
No, not Jack. Where
Miss Doubtfire.
No.
Hook.
Let me finish. Where he's
Toys.
He developed the photos, the 24-hour photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember where he was kind of like a creepy dude and he kind of followed this.
No, that was
24-hour photo, I think. That was
no,
what
it's
1 hour.
1 hour photo, yeah.
24 hour. That's a long time.
It's a long time. There's a lot to get done in that movie.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but I'm getting that like creepy tone from Joaquin Phoenix.
That's a great role for honestly, Robin Williams at the time.
What?
Yeah, it was a good movie.
No, I'm not saying that though. You're saying you're getting a creepy tone for him. I'm getting a sympathetic tone.
Interesting.
Like, as I look at these stills and everything like that,
You're
like,
seeing a hopeful Joker here.
Exactly. Well, I'm seeing like a man who's like at the positive like beginning, like he's like he believes the best in life and everything like that. And honestly, as I look at these images, it reminds me a little. Joe will know this. You remember Grant Morrison's JLA run?
Yes.
And there was this awesome story he did where they brought in Hal Jordan, and Hal Jordan was like judging humanity, everything like that. But then the Martian Man, and he's saying humanity's pretty much evil, like all this stuff. But then the Martian Man was like, actually no, humanity isn't always evil. So he took them like on this mental journey, and they're literally fighting demons and go back to all these like strange creatures. And Jay's like, where the hell are you taking us? Then all of a sudden they end up in this room with this guy who's like sitting in his lounge chair, like eating a sandwich, and he's like, hey honey, we have guests, can you bring some pie? And then everyone's like, okay, why did you bring us here? And Batman's freaking out, was like, get us out of here now. And that was actually the mind of the Joker. And he was showing that even at the deepest part of him, he was just a good guy who just like wanted an average life and everything, like, wanted to be happy.
I will say this Joker is probably one of the most intriguing characters that we can get a picture about, and I'm excited we're going to see it. Yeah. It's going to be told in a different way. Todd Phillips, I think, is going to be a great choice.
1 hour for that one.
1 hour for he's going to be a great choice for this, and Joaquin Phoenix can obviously deliver. Now, you guys in the chat says Blackwing says he's going to see it in theaters. CMD Drake says depends on how the movie looks. Closer to release, and if they have the time or money. Layla says, knowing her best friend, she'll drag her to the theater. So it looks like a lot of you guys are going to end up seeing this, and we're excited about that. Let's move on to our next thing. And we're going to stay in the DC universe. That means Jezzer, This one's really going to go to you. Now, the Supergirl movie, there's rumors that the villain for the Supergirl movie, first and foremost, we got to talk about the DCEU, because they're not on necessarily the right track, at least in my opinion, even though I'm wearing my Superman stash shirt.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Bring back the stash.
Bringing back the stash. Let's get the mic out of the way so you can see that beautiful mustache that he has there. But I want to talk to you about this because there's rumors that there might not be a Superman 2, and now it's making more sense because Henry Cavill's had this power play that he might not be coming back. But they're saying that the villain could possibly be Brainiac. Now, how do you feel about that?
I personally think that for that last Justice League movie that we had, if they weren't gonna bring Darkseid, I thought Brainiac would also be a great villain for the whole team to fight against.
Okay.
Because there's so many things you can do with it. Like what was it? That last Superman Returns movie, the villain was a tornado or something. Or with the Brandon Routh film, it was like a tornado. Yeah, it was like natural disaster. I feel like the thing that Superman, Brainiac's one of Superman's like biggest foes, and like putting him up against the Justice League, I think that brings me back to that one film. That there's the Die Hard movie where the characters like hacked the infrastructure of the United States and just brought it down. That's scary enough. That's scary enough. I think something like that with Brainiac fighting the Justice League would be cool. I don't know. Like the history, does Brainiac have a long history with Supergirl?
Well, we're going to get into that. Johnny, as our resident comic book expert, does Brainiac fit into the role of Supergirl's villain?
No. Like, he fits in a couple different ways because, like going from, like, a writing standpoint, when you mentioned you're using Brainiac, it kind of tells me that this movie's going to be really about her connection to Krypton, and it might be one of those things where she's, like, homesick and missing Krypton, and bringing Brainiac in kind of shows her everything about Krypton was not all well and good.
Okay.
So, for me, it's a really smart choice. From the comic book aspect of it, Brainiac has always kind of existed there and kind of always messed with the Kryptonians, and in the animated series, remember, she actually goes to the future and ends up, like, kind of marrying or hooking up with Brainiac, his future version, Brainiac 5.
Brainiac 5, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a really smart choice. I'm on board for it and everything like that. And this also tells me we might get some flashbacks to Krypton and see some other elements of, like, we're going to see one of the Superman Supergirl movie that talks a lot about Krypton and what happened there in the culture and whatnot.
Now, Johnny, sticking with you for a second, do you think that you'd rather see a Supergirl movie than another Superman movie?
Yeah, the reason why is because the Supergirl movie kind of gives you a fresh start and kind of gives you a way to do something without expectations. Because if we had another Superman movie, we'd be like, oh, what Superman we're going to get? We're going to get the Zack Snyder one, or we're going to get the Joss Whedon one. What was his costume be like? Will we see a mustache? Blah, blah, blah.
Will we see a mustache?
But the thing about it is, though, is that, like, I think by going with Supergirl, it gives us an opportunity, again, for a fresh start. It gives us an opportunity to, like, reset the DC universe. Plus, it empowers a strong female character, which I think they're starting to recognize after Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel. People are starting to see that our strong female characters are box office hits, and people want to go support them.
Now, yes, I agree with that. You had your example on how you would use Brainiac. You said that you would like to see him in the villain as the Justice League, which I think makes a lot of sense. Do you think that using Brainiac in this sense makes sense to the Supergirl mythology?
Are you gonna bring like that bottle city of Kandor?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could throw in all the mythology,
like
right?
Maybe he was built there or something. I don't know. They could change up the Brainiac.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the
origins.
Supergirl like mythology is, like, from the comic books, it's actually really chopped up a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's been different versions of a Supergirl. There's been Supergirl where she actually hasn't been Kryptonian. There's been a version of her where she was like a reborn angel. So the thing about it is that her origin is like so chopped and screwed in a way that it kind of gives you like fair game. Like the main elements you need is she's also a survivor of Krypton. She's a Clark's cousin. Boom, that's all you can go from there. So anything you do after that, it's kind of like free game.
I mean, yeah, she could have actually met Brainiac when he was being created.
Yeah, like her dad was a scientist who sent him here, so the cool thing about it is, though, her dad could have created Brainiac.
Yeah.
Now, just banking off of this, it doesn't seem like we're so inclined to get a Man of Steel 2, but Jezzer, if there was a Man of Steel 2, and also in the chat, I'd like to hear your take on this. If there was a Man of Steel 2, what would be your pitch?
For a Man of Steel 2 story.
And then the next question is going to you, so think about it.
Bizarro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would just do a Superman versus Bizarro, like all out war?
I mean, not just Bizarro, but throw Lex Luthor in there, with his Lex Luthor suit, but Bizarro, like him creating Bizarro, maybe doing the whole death of Superman. I mean, they already revived him here, but like having what was his name? This Steel. And having Bizarro and having all these different Supermans kind of come to play, and Superman's gonna have to like overcome all these different characters. His clone too, was it Connor?
Connor Kent, yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny? Wait, before you say yours, Blackwing has an idea. He has an idea. Lois and Clark's wedding, LOL. That's the plot for Man of Steel 2. What's your plot for Man of Steel 2?
Nice, hilarious. My plot would be it would be Luthor. We need to do a Luthor movie.
Hey, Mr. Luthor.
But I would, incorporate a couple things in there. So one, I would set up Luthor, but I also have Metallo as his bodyguard with the kryptonite in his chest and everything like that. So we need to be prepared for like when Superman shows up, everything like that. And then I can make the main villain there probably Parasite. So we start getting all these villains that Luthor is creating to battle Superman, all these genetic experiments and everything like that, and really establish Luthor as like his main villain that he'd have to go against and everything. Someone who's like always trying to outthink him, outsmart him, and has the resources to combat Superman.
So I thought,
would Clark Kent come back?
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Oh, he was pronounced dead, right?
Well, he'll figure it out. He came back in the comics too. But then the ending credits, we see little teaser, Mr. Mistleplague.
Who?
Mr.
Really?
Dude,
Really?
those are some fun stories. Again, it would be a
that'd
teaser.
have to be a comedy, though.
No,
Yeah,
that's
a comedy.
That's why I said it would be a teaser.
Wait,
no.
So that means we wouldn't follow up on it, but it would just be hilarious. Mistleplague is hilarious. Those are some of the best episodes of best comics.
Who would you want to play Mistleplague?
Oh, Patton Oswalt.
Really?
I'm joking. Well, let me ask you.
Migdalia did type that about Lois and Clark's wedding. Sorry, that was not Blackwing.
Wait, who'd you have play Mistleplague?
Michael Cera.
Time out.
Oh, what about
Hold on.
Michael Scott? Oh, what about Andy from
Actually,
Love?
Michael Scott I like.
Oh, that'd be dope.
But with that being said, though, Johnny, you're pretty much making Superman 3 another comedy, hence Richard Pryor.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a joke. Like, we would put it in the teaser credit, but the actual Superman 3 would not be that. It would be like a little teaser thing.
Yeah. So here's my pitch for Man of Steel 2. What I would do is I would have, obviously, Superman, be safe with humanity, but he keeps going back to that ship that he had when he discovered Jor-El, who was played by Russell Crowe. I'd bring Russell Crowe back. I'd have Russell Crowe giving Clark advice as that computer-generated thing. I would have him start giving him the wrong advice, which would be like, you listen, these people in humanity, they're evil. You have to take this over. This needs to be New Krypton, blah, blah. And have him start going down that path until he finally realizes that's
Jor-El
actually
is corrupted
by Brainiac, and he's actually Brainiac. So you
Yeah.
have Jor-El, who's played by Russell Crowe, play Brainiac,
I think they
and then
did
have
that
him save the day.
didn't they
And
do
have somebody
that on-
like Martian Manhunter
Didn't
come
they
out.
do that on Smallville? I could have sworn that was a storyline
I don't
on
know,
Smallville.
but they should have that kind of happen, and then somebody like, or even who should save him? Supergirl should save him from Brainiac, and I think then you launch yourself into a Supergirl franchise.
I think that was a Smallville.
But you gotta admit, it's a pretty decent idea, right?
I definitely think that was a Smallville episode.
So was yours.
It
Yeah,
was?
so is yours. We're all Smallville ideas. All right,
Mine was it.
yours wasn't. Now let's talk about
But to give you praise though, that would be smart though. It'd be a good way to bring back Russell Crowe.
Yep.
It'd also kind of maybe
An
separate
evil
him.
Russell Crowe?
And I think the best thing about that is though, to add to your idea would be like as he's like debating about Russell Crowe about should he follow him, he would have flashbacks to his father, and the message is his dad taught him about being a hero and about just like being a good person and everything like that. So I think we could like do a little of that comedy there, so you get to bring back Kevin Costner. So it's a good idea.
And for mine, if we do use Steel and the Man of Steel sequel, I think we should
Nope.
bring back Shaq.
no.
Why do you do these things, Jezzer? Why do you do these things, Jezzer?
You know who would be a really good John Henry Iron though, and then we're gonna move on to our next subject. I think
Who?
is the dude that plays Mac on Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah.
He would
oh
be
yeah, he always carries
great.
that accent away.
Yeah,
so
yeah, he
you
would
just
be
change
great.
it to a hammer. Oh dude, that dude's scary. That dude
He's
is.
the nicest guy in the world. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next topic. Before we get into that, there is a couple stories that aren't on this list that I just want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
The Disney streaming service, they're exploring developing two options. One is the low-key Netflix, either the Netflix movie or series, and the Black Widow Netflix movie or series, which we announced here earlier on that hashtag show. If we're talking Netflix real quick, are you excited about either?
So you said Loki and what's the other one?
Black Widow.
No. And this is the reason why though. Like no.
It's Black Widow.
Like Loki's really cool, but with Loki, I don't want to see like a low-key magician walking the floor. Because you remember that show they did about the devil coming to LA that was on CBS? Lucifer. It was like a spinoff of like the Death series and everything. The Sandman.
Yeah.
That was kind of weak because again, you have Lucifer walking around like solving crimes, or whatever. If you bring Loki down, like again, the budget's not going to be big enough for Netflix, so I'm not excited about that. Like I don't think it would do him justice.
I don't know if Loki. I think Loki needs someone to play off of.
Yeah.
Definitely, like a hero to play off of.
I think you can introduce the hero, but I just don't think they have the budget for it. But I agree with you. He does need somebody to play off of.
You excited?
Black
at all?
Widow, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. Black Widow, I would be excited for because again, this would be a spy thriller. You can maybe go into her origin about how start with her in that red room or whatever. Is it like in that Russian room she was at, where she kind of developed and like lost her uterus
Like
and all
that,
type of
like
things.
that Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Yeah.
Or what was that? There was that one movie
You
I
make
was
it
gonna
sound
watch.
so like Nat just lost her uterus.
Or-
Lost her uterus, lost her ability to create
Falls into what
life,
Jezzer said earlier this week. Now, Jezzer, how excited are you about?
I don't know. I mean, for a Black Widow film, we've been getting a lot of those. I mean, there's one that just came out with
Jennifer Garner.
Scarlet Witch.
Is it Scarlet Witch? I'm pretty sure it's Black Widow.
I think maybe you got it confused if it's like Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, you mean the Jennifer Garner movie where she kind of played Black Widow? She was a Russian spy and all this stuff.
Peppermint, yeah.
That one,
We've
yeah.
been getting a lot, and like I love those
And
films.
what was the other one? Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, Atomic Blonde.
But you know what? What you make a great point. I think the reason why that is because people have kind of wanted this Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
And other studios are like, look, Marvel, if you're gonna do it,
If you're not gonna do it, let's
you.
like yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be too late when they release it.
Low key, they've been doing well too. Because what's the name of that movie Scarlett Johansson did a while back?
Oh, it is Scarlet Witch. Sorry, guys. It is Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that's
Scarlet Witch series? That would actually be kind of cool.
But what was the name of that movie that Scarlett Johansson did when she had the pills in her stomach and they gave her super mind powers and everything like that?
Oh.
Lucy. And you know what's crazy? People went to go see Lucy because they liked her so much as Black Widow and they just want to support her.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, let's go check out this movie. Granted, the movie, kind of not good.
Yeah,
Not
well, they
good.
didn't do that
Not
during
good.
Ghost in the
Not
Shell.
good.
Um,
Well, that was reasons.
This
fair.
this ties
Racist.
on to our next story, which is Scarlet Witch's origins. Now that we know that we have Fox and Disney making this deal,
Yeah.
does this change Scarlet Witch's origins at all?
Ooh, like her parents are really her parents, and it was actually Michael Fassbender.
I wouldn't say Michael Fassbender, but yeah, let's go with that.
It would actually be Magneto and not the family that.
Would you be excited to see a Scarlet Witch origin story told?
If she was actually a mutant?
Regardless.
We already seen like what Scarlet Witch can do. She's not really.
Bring back Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, if we that Quicksilver is kind of lame.
Ah, you like the other Quicksilver
Yeah,
better,
the
huh?
other Quicksilver better. Yeah.
Evan Peters.
Yeah, if
What
they
about
could
you?
switch them up.
I mean, I would actually be kind of dope because I mean, like you give a whole origin, a reason for it is that when they use the cube, they give a reason why they chose the twins because the twins already had some natural gifts
Yeah.
or natural abilities, and they want to use it to augment them.
Quicksilver's dead now.
Oh yeah, true.
And
But they
rumor
will-
has it
will
that
work
Evan,
out.
not Evan Peters, what's his name, who played Quicksilver? Evan
Kick-Ass
Peters was the
guy.
other Quicksilver, but yeah, Kick-Ass guy.
Kick-Ass dude. Both of them were on Kick-Ass.
They were
actually.
both in Kick-Ass, actually,
Yeah.
Oh,
technically.
the
yeah.
guy from Godzilla.
Anyway, Aaron Taylor Johnson. If he were to, he's not a big fan of doing sequels.
Really?
So
Really?
yeah, so
Well,
I mean, Kick-Ass he
you
did
saw
do a sequel,
Kick-Ass 2, I mean.
but he's not a big fan of doing sequels. That's one
He
of his
has enough
things.
juice to do that.
So we're not gonna get.
Like-
He's not
Like
gonna be in
Woody
Godzilla.
Harrelson says he doesn't like doing sequels, and that's like Woody Harrelson. He was on Cheers. I can get that. Does Kick-Ass have enough juice to say like I don't want to do a sequel?
I don't know. That's a
know.
tough question because, some of these actors, they're artistes.
Like really though? Like all right. I
Artiste,
guess.
bro.
I mean,
Well,
if he
I
has a
mean-
mentality like that, he will never sign with the
With
franchise.
this,
then,
are
right?
they gonna do?
Well, they killed him off in the first movie, right? So
Yeah.
With this, are they gonna do like straight up mutant origins?
it's possible.
So could
Would you
she
want to see that?
maybe have the Brotherhood of Mutants maybe come in?
Toad?
Yeah. Maybe.
Blob.
Yeah. The whole Magneto story.
I mean, to be honest with you, it would be a great transition point, like to link the universes together, because Magneto will have a point. Like if he's established his brother Evil Mutants, he's like, I want my daughter, and I'll give him a point to bring over and everything like that. They
Yeah.
come to figure out. And what's dope too is you think about the last movie they did, Apocalypse, where he lost his family, so he could have this whole thing.
His
where he's
second
like,
family, you mean?
Exactly.
Well, that's if they're gonna. If do you think
Well, I'm
they're
just,
gonna-
like, yeah, I'm just saying. But if it stays as continuity, that will give him motivation. Like, I want to get my children back. I want to bring my whole family back together type
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
So it gives him a lot of stuff to play with.
That's true.
What do you think, Joe?
I could do without either, actually. If we're going towards the Disney streaming service route, I think there's a lot of characters you can tap into, both of which have not been on the screen yet. I think that we can definitely see some other characters that I'd like to see more. I'd like to see a Miss Marvel streaming service
Cool,
show or
cool.
movie, which would be the Kamala
Oh,
Khan.
what's the other one with the New Mutants? Is that gonna be a Netflix?
Well, I mean, if you're going to integrate
Miss
any of the
Marvel.
Marvel characters, I mean the Fox-owned characters, I mean, it would be kind of cool to see like New Mutants. It'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool to maybe see
Which one?
the New Mutants.
What's your new man? Which team? This is a few different teams.
I'd go with the originals.
I agree.
Another one is Generation X. Like
Ooh,
there's a,
yeah, Generation X.
or you can do just one mutant on the run. That would be your TV version that leads you to an X-Men movie when they meet Xavier's school. There's a lot you can do here.
yeah.
And I like the honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Like if we were to do like a television series, doing the new X-Men would be super dope because the cool thing about it is though,
Rock Slide and those guys?
No, with Magic though. Because the cool thing about it is that Magic over the course of that series, she like goes to hell, she becomes corrupted, she loses part of her soul, and this team goes in this like huge like emotional journey with her through all this like drama stuff like that. It gives them a rich opportunity to tell some really great storytelling, and it kind of picked the ball up where DC dropped it.
Yeah.
This Titans TV show, like I am not looking forward to it. It looks like
See,
hot flaming garbage.
I'm
and
actually
so I am
time
not
out,
on board
time
for
out.
it. So if
Time
they
out,
do this
time
show,
out.
it would be
Time out.
dope.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to it.
Why?
No, go ball with it.
Because I like the Bat Family story. I think we're gonna get a lot of that, especially that last trailer that we got on Batman Day. We got Jason Todd is in the fold, so we're gonna see a little rivalry between Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, and they even showed some pictures of. It looks crappy from the pictures, but there's an actual bat suit. So it's gonna be a mix of everything, and I don't know. I'm excited to see it.
You know what, Jezzer? I'll be honest. You had almost sold me.
I
You had brought in this Jason Todd.
Until the picture came up, I'm sure.
You brought this like bat suit. I was like, oh shit, there's a bat suit. And I was like, there's gonna be a rivalry. Oh shit, maybe we get Tim Drake in season 3. Then this image came back up, and I was like, no.
What
sorry,
about
Beast Boy looks terrible.
Why? Because he's not green?
Dude, he's not green. He also looks kind of like a jerk.
We don't.
He looks kind of like an a-hole. I do not
a
like
kid.
this. He
He's
doesn't
a
look like
kid.
Guard. So's Guard. They've done all the versions of him. Guard is like this heart and soul. In all the trailers, he kind of comes off as
He's not saying anything.
I know, it's just
He's
his
not
presence.
saying anything.
And I'm going by the trailer as well.
Yeah,
I'm going by the trailer as well.
He didn't
And
do
then-
anything in the trailer. He didn't say anything.
He just doesn't look right. And then I'm sorry, Raven. I'm not again. Doesn't look like my Raven. I'm sorry. Like I'm just not on board for it. And maybe that's my problem. It doesn't look like the Raven I'm used to with like Trigun. It's darkness and there's like Azeroth, Metron, Zinthos.
Time out. If Raven was in high school, what type of student would she be in high school?
You don't have to lean into
But why is she in high school though?
No,
why can't you do the Trigun storyline?
They're trying to mix it up a little bit.
Here's the thing, I'm totally on board with mixing it up, but some of the things that you have to do is that, like, when you mix things up, you stay was true to, like, those characters.
That's true.
Because that's what made them successful. So I'm totally on board with you. Mix it up a little bit. Go ahead, add some things to it, but at the same time, though, keep them true to their characters. And, like, right here, oh, gosh, damn, he just looks terrible.
He's green. He's green.
No, I'm just saying, though.
That's just
like,
the lighting, though.
I'm just not on board for this, but go ahead.
Hey, wait.
We'll watch it.
Blackwing
No, we're
says,
definitely going to watch it.
We'll watch it.
Blackwing asks this. He says, Johnny, at least give the show a chance. Give it 3 to 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Blackwing, seriously, you're right.
Yeah,
It's just
3
you
to
know I'm a
5
big
episodes.
anime fan, and so I watch a lot of new series, and my general rule is 3 to 5 every single time.
Yeah.
3 episodes, and I move on.
Yeah.
If it doesn't impress me, then I bounce to something else.
Yeah.
And so I definitely will watch it.
No,
But
and
at the
I
same
see
time,
where
though,
you're
am I
coming
looking
from.
forward to it, though?
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. Where if you stray too much from the source material, it gets all crazy. And like, especially for you, you love the Teen Titans. It's a huge thing for you. So yeah, I feel the same way about like the new Ninja Turtle show.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
I gave it 3 to 5 episodes, and I'm not liking it.
I'm with you there.
But
Same
you
thing,
also
same
probably
thing,
have
same
it
thing.
ingrained in your mind what the Ninja Turtles are.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
no, and I'm totally fine. And I'm totally fine with them like changing up some things, but
She looks like a villain from Insidious or something like that.
yeah.
Like with a doll, and like she looks like an extra in The Conjuring.
Give it 1 episode.
Hey, let's be
I'm
honest.
going to
though.
give it 3.
I will
Jezzer,
say
I will
this.
give it 3.
Yeah.
Now,
you know
not
what we should
only-
do? We know what we should do?
What?
We should do like a live stream of us watching it,
No, that'd be cute.
and then I could like walk out.
I think that when it comes to doing these teenage type angst shows, or even really realistically, even like look, we got a super chat already. BB looks like BB looks fine, especially with that cool jacket. That's Beast Boy.
BB, yeah.
Here's my thing. So with Marvel, they're executing teenage angst with Runaways.
Yeah,
I think
I love
Runaways
that
is
show.
really
That show's
good.
great.
I think they're executing the show with the theme of the characters the way that it's supposed to be. They're even for me making it more interesting by having the adults play such an important role.
Yeah.
To being where it is now. I'll be honest with you, the Runaways does look better and off to a better start than Titans. Realistically, I think that with Titans, Johnny is right. I think Trigon #1 is something you got to build up to, and I also think that they don't capture. Being in this dark tone, it doesn't capture Teen Titans to me. I think that you need
Are you
to
basing it off of the cartoon?
basing it off of what Teen Titans are.
Oh.
They're not the X-Men. They're more out there. Honestly, the cartoon does capture it well. So did Young Justice. Even though that cartoon's a little bit darker, but I think that
His suit looks cool.
the suit looks cool. The aesthetic
That
looks
one?
cool.
Yeah.
I
You
think
mean
the
Tim
Robin
Drake's
suit,
suit?
Tim Drake's suit looks great.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, Tim Drake's suit is amazing.
what do you call it?
But how do you really? I mean, you can't really make an excuse because I mean, you're not going to have him running around wearing fucking green underwear.
No, I totally agree with you because that's I think the reason why, because we talked about this before, why Tim Drake is the best Robin is because Tim Drake was the upgrade of the character overall.
Yeah,
got another super chat. Get with the times, Johnny. Don't be that old man.
Look, I'm not being that old man. I'm not being Eminem in the rap game right now. That's not me. All I'm doing is I'm judging precisely what I see. So here's the thing. Honestly,
is he being the old man? Is he being an old man?
I'm looking at it. I'm just saying it doesn't look good. I'm being honest. Here's the thing. When Teen Titans Go came out, it was totally different. I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. And Teen Titans Go is freaking brilliant. The movie was amazing. One of my most favorite things.
I've only seen the movie. I've never seen the show.
I've seen episodes of the shows. Like my favorite shows, like the one where they like trade bees. There's a good one where Robin talks about real estate. That's hilarious. But here's the thing though. So again, Toku, I'm not being the old man. It's just that when I look at this, it doesn't look like the characters. It doesn't look like the Teen Titans that made them popular. As I said before, when you look at the original Teen Titans run, it was like a trauma support group. And so you had all these people come from like these broken areas of their life and everything like that. But they came together, and the thing about it was though, they had fun. Because when they're around each other, they support each other.
Is he being an old man?
But here, it doesn't look like it. And that's the thing that has me worried. I'm still going to give it a chance, but it doesn't look right.
Is there a Teen Titan member that they could bring in that might help like fix some of the little things that you're not happy with?
You're going to say Roy.
Roy?
Well,
like one-armed Roy?
Not yet.
Well, rumor has it they're definitely going to bring in Wonder Girl.
Oh, Wonder Girl. They got Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove, and then definitely I want to see Tara.
Oh, Tara.
We definitely need to see Tara. And the cool thing about this, so if they bring Tara in
and
early
Deathstroke.
Tara, it's gonna be like a
and
Tara,
Joseph.
Raven,
exactly.
Jericho,
Beast Boy.
I mean, you got some fun. Honestly, so let me ask you this though, because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jericho. Jericho is Deathstroke's son, and he was introduced in the comic. He had like a blouse on. He had like a literal like blonde curly fro and everything like that, and he played a magical flute. How would you update that for a modern audience?
Nope.
You can though.
How?
Well, they did Pied Piper on Flash.
They did.
Yeah,
I mean, look, they did the top on the Flash. So there's a lot you can update.
Just give him a perm. He'd be good. Yeah. But again, so that's his
How about Kid Flash? Bring in Kid Flash, Wally West.
Which one?
Wally West, original, Ginger, Wally West.
That'd be cool. I mean, the reason I say which one too is like because low-key, I mean, the one on the actual Flash TV show.
He doesn't. No, he's not doing anything.
Yeah, so
we can bring him in. Yeah.
Josh Goldman, homeless Josh says, Johnny thinks Super Friends is a definitive version of the Justice League.
No, I do not. Do not put that on me. I do not support that monkey. That monkey, I don't support him. Or those Wonder Twins.
Come on, man. What are you talking about now?
The monkey that had the psychic money.
That's not what you're talking about. We're going to move on to our next topic, and we're going to move on to the next topic.
Can I ask one question?
Okay,
the only question was, though, would you like to see this Titan show cross over with the CW at all? Will they need the CW shows?
It would make more sense in the Arrowverse.
Okay, how come?
Yeah.
Just because Arrow needs a win, and I think that show would give it to it.
Yeah.
I really am not looking forward.
Yeah.
I am kind of looking forward to Titans just for the
Batman stuff.
No, just because it's Titans and I like the Teen Titans. But if it sucks, it sucks. Like Arrow was good. Let's be honest, guys. Was good. It sucks now. It's so bad. It's like it's such a chore to get through at this point.
Yeah. There are some. They're gonna introduce a new group of villains. What's the group of archers?
Hunters?
Is it the longbow hunters?
I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about the
but they're gonna.
Terrible,
but yeah, the show isn't as good as. I mean, Flash is kind of like hitting that same stride where it's kind of like losing its appeal.
I've been watching the Flash. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but
But it's very campy.
Yeah. And the villain that they had, like, I know they wanted to stray away from like another speedster, but the villain that they chose, you didn't feel as threatened with him.
And then they get to a point in the Flash where it's like, okay, everybody was on this bus. I understand he has to catch these powers. It's the same plot
It's the monster of the week. Yeah, the monster of the week. And then Iris West. I don't. We are the Flash. Like, you are not the Flash. You are not the Flash. You're. Show me when you can run super fast and save a bunch of people. You're not the Flash.
She did run super fast.
But if she does
it once, the episode was named "Run Iris Run." Okay. Go figure.
I will say this. I agree with you. Like on two things. Like one, the thing about the Flash TV show is though, it's bingeable. Like I cannot watch it week to week. I cannot sit there and watch it and wait. But it's bingeable though because
it's
Flash or Gotham.
Flash.
Is that an easy choice?
Yes, Gotham's not even bingeable. No, God, no.
Flash or Gotham.
Flash.
Oh God! Wow!
No,
you homeless man! What hit me in the face? Dang you, Josh Goldman!
No, time out. But
you're flaming trash.
The one thing I did enjoy about Gotham was the Joker story until they screwed that all up and had like a clone or something. It's like, no.
Though, let's look at the comments. In the comments, we see from
There is a lot of comments about
Gotham
this.
is trash.
Yeah, Jay Boss also says Gotham sucks so bad. Toku says Titans can't be as bad as Gotham, Johnny.
You know what? That's the best argument I've heard all night. Point, Toku. That's a great point.
Layla,
you can never go bottom to the bottom. So
Layla says Gotham, and then 3 like sick faces.
They turned that character in to Solomon Grundy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I swear to you, this is the updated version of Batman 66. It's so bad.
Dude, I just think again, I've always said this. And
I like Alfred though. He's dope.
Yeah, it's a bad Alfred. It's Batman from Earth 1's like storyline. Like, you want to read a good comic, read Batman Earth 1. It's really cool. That's the Alfred we're pretty much getting right there.
I like Alfred.
Wow. Well, looking at that cast shows me what not to do if you're DC TV. Let's move on to something that generally went viral this week, obviously. You saw the trailers.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Whoa!
Let's talk about Captain Marvel. What'd you guys think of the trailer?
I thought it was pretty cool. I like the whole 90s throwback
I thought
stuff.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you weren't super sold on it?
I mean, there's
Where's it rank for you in Marvel lexicon? How excited are you?
Marvel. This is technically a teaser trailer, right?
I agree with Jezzer.
They didn't really give us much. I mean, we got to see
We got to see her slap an old lady.
Yeah, and I think exactly. And I think if you're a huge Marvel fan or if you're a comic book fan, you know what's really happening. She's not just punching some random lady.
It would be great if she was.
But
amazing.
One cool thing about the trailer is we got to see all of the suits that she's gonna be wearing, and then the helmet. But it's still too early to tell. If we get a cool Top Gun dogfight in the jets, that'd be cool.
Well, the dog's name is Goose. Oh, well, shit, it's a cat. I don't even know if I was supposed to say that. Whatever. Anyway, how excited are you about Cap Marvel?
Honestly, I'm really excited for it for a few different reasons. Like, one, I agree with Jezzer totally. This was a teaser. It was kind of give us a nice little taste to get us excited for everything like that. We didn't really see a villain or any big fight scenes or anything like that. So I mean, it just kind of
another super chat.
I love that we
got the helmet with the mohawk, but meh.
Yeah. But again, I just feel like it's a teaser, kind of gets excited for it, help build up that momentum and everything like that. And one of the cool things I liked about it too was that the fact, I've said this before, the Kelly Sue DeConnick run, it seems like taking a lot of influence from the fact that she has a cat.
Well, she is.
The fact that they're also doing this whole thing we see her at different phases of her life. It's a young girl, military, become Captain
She kind
Marvel.
of lost. I'm getting that she lost her memory, and she's like,
trying to
I've
get
been
it
here
back.
before. Yeah,
exactly. But the cool thing about it is Kelly Sue DeConnick's run also went back to the past and played up her time as a young girl and whatnot.
Yeah.
And some really cool writing stories they did right there. So honestly, again, it's got my interest. And I'm with kind of Toku. When I saw it again, it was a teaser for me because it was it was more like, okay. So I'm excited for it. I want to go see it, but again, I understand this is a teaser. Yeah. I'm waiting for the next trailer.
We also got our glimpse of Star Force.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
One thing that was interesting though, and even to date, even when I was on set, we still don't know who Jude Law's playing. They will not say he's playing Captain Marvel. We don't know who he's playing.
Wait, but Joe, what'd you think of the trailer?
I saw the trailer. I saw a different trailer actually originally, and I like the original trailer I saw.
Okay.
So,
why do you think they're not saying whose character is?
Because I have a theory.
Do you want to explain or say your theory?
I don't know if I'm allowed to, so I'm not going to say it. So,
okay.
But I do have a theory on what's going on with his character specifically. But I think the trailer looked cool. It gave you a taste of what the universe is. I think that I'm excited for Captain Marvel, but I do think Marvel has taken such a long time at getting us our first female superhero. Mm-hmm. To me, I think after seeing Wonder Woman, the trailer was a little underwhelming.
Yeah. Another problem with this too is I agree with you. It's so late to the game. Because again, we should have had after Avengers, we should have probably had a Black Widow movie at that point.
Look, Coulson has hair or thicker hair.
Yeah, so does Samuel.
Yeah.
And so it's just it is getting to the game really late. Marvel should have did a better job of getting this out earlier.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna lose his eye in this movie.
There's a lot of rumors and speculation about that.
Yeah.
What would you want to see him lose his eye?
I'm actually be real with you. I was a little bit disappointed because he originally lost his eye back when like the
With
original
Robert Redford's character, right?
well, like back in World War II and all this stuff and everything like that. That's where he like lost his eye at. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, he has his eye, so he's gonna lose in this movie.
It'd be cool it'd be cool if we had like a cameo of like a young Robert Redford.
Well, that's interesting you bring that up because we got to look at the time frame that this movie takes place in. And it's in the 1990s. Now we already know that in the 1990s, Peggy Carter's still alive and kind of running S.H.I.E.L.D. We also know that Michael Douglas is still developing the PIM technology because that's all in Ant-Man 1.
Well, it's developed already, right? Because I mean, he'd already developed it.
91.
But he's retired at this point because remember he fought in like
we don't
the
know
Vietnam
that.
War.
91 because 91 is where all that stuff takes place. You also get the death of the Stark's parents.
Yeah.
You get the reemergence of the Winter Soldier. This is all happening in the same roughly time frame. You got Robert Redford's character.
Yeah.
So you have a really strong core of what S.H.I.E.L.D. is. Now, for me, honestly, I'm probably more excited about that than I am about anything else. Because especially when you get somebody like Nick Fury being like, and I was going to quit. Like, you kind of get him to see through a lens. This is the Nick Fury before we see him enter Iron Man, where he's like, if you think you're the only one out there, like this is before all that. So I think that intrigues me. And the other thing that intrigues me about this as well is that we're getting touches upon space characters, which we've seen in other movies. Kind of like the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. Ronan. I mean, also the bounty hunter guy.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm interested in seeing too. Is like how did they get from that point to where they were in Guardians?
To be honest, for me, the trailer is cool. Like the teaser is cool, and the whole thing about it is the one thing I do like about it is the fact that they're using the '90s not as the actual character, but just as a set piece that's taking place there.
Yeah.
Because with the X-Men movies, they try to make it a character within the story. Like we're in the '70s, so this is the '70s plot. We're in the '80s, so these have some stuff going with the '80s. But this one's like, no, it's the '90s. You'll see a blockbuster, you'll see this, but that's about it.
Yeah.
We'll have pagers, but to be honest with you, I will be real. I was a little bit disappointed about how much Earth I saw. Because, again, with Captain Marvel, I was really hoping to see a lot more space stuff. Like, I'm really excited to see the Kree. Because the Kree have been, like, they've been a mainstay, like, alien race within the Marvel Universe for a long time. So I'm hoping that we see a lot of them in this film.
Well, we do know that she's a Kree warrior with the Star Force, right?
That's true. But I hope it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, she gets her powers and she's there for, like, 10 minutes.
No.
Boom, just drop the Earth.
The whole beginning of the movie is focused on the Kree-Skrull War.
Nice.
I can tell you that, and I can tell you that when you see her... Never mind. Just watch the trailer. You'll be able to figure it all out. I'm excited about the movie. I will say, though, as a whole, I do think that Marvel, believe it or not, was beaten by DC with the punch that Wonder Woman's character came out first.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman was great.
Yeah.
And now this has to live up to that.
Yeah.
Nice.
But at the same time, though, Marvel beat DC by putting Black Panther out first.
True.
And now if they choose to go with a black character, who I'm not really sure if they have anybody. They have to follow the... Yeah, I'm not really sure if they have anybody, so...
No, I agree with you. They did beat him to the punch first there. And I also think that, like, I was just having this conversation today, is that if DC really wanted to capitalize on the superhero genre, what they should have done is they should have capitalized on the Dark Knight Batman, Nolan-era Batman, and had him be just a mythical figure that people heard about, but really base their universe on that. Yeah. And later on have Batman come back as either Joseph Gordon-Levitt or Christian Bale, whoever.
Yeah.
But I think that DC made a mistake then. I think that now Marvel has the grasp of the superhero franchise in their hands. But Captain Marvel, you're just 11 years too late, personally, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been around a long time now, and it's taken them 11 years to get our first female superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To me, that's a little too long.
Yeah, it definitely is. Especially when you have, again, I hate to go hark back to this, but you have Black Widow kicking butt on so many different levels. Like Avengers, she held it down, and Iron Man, she held it down. She became a lot of people's favorite hero and everything like that. You could have capitalized on that easily, but they dropped the ball. They didn't do it.
What about you? What do you think?
I think for DC, they had the groundwork there already with those animated films. That's all you had to do. You just had to
Yeah, but that's never what they did. So
I know. I'm just saying. I don't know. They should have just done that because they built a universe there. They built a continuity there with those films. Well, I don't know why they couldn't have done that with the Justice League. And that team. Like
I said with Joker before, movie that you're going to see in theaters, movie that you're going to pass on, movie you're going to wait to streaming.
I want to see that opening night.
Opening night.
I mean, low key, we kind of have to,
Yeah.
because this is our transition between this and Avengers, our
Yeah.
last Avengers film and everything like that. And we know he takes the page route and he calls Captain Marvel. So that's one reason why I want to go see it. Number two, Kelly Sue Comics Run, as I've said before, was amazing on this. So again, I wanted to see her get the success and everything she deserves. So I want to go support this film for that reason. And then three, again, I want to see Marvel space stuff again. So I'm gonna go check it out.
Would you have went to just change subject just for a quick second? Would you have watched a Superman with a mustache?
Yeah.
I would have. Would I watch a Superman with a mustache?
Just have him grow a full-on beard.
I would have watched a Superman with a beard.
Yeah.
Well, this
The
is a
beard would make
T-shirt
sense.
with the Superman with the mustache, and if you want to get more cool T-shirts, check out our TeePublic store.
Oh,
what you
Segue.
What you can do there, the best. We're gonna have points for different segues now. The best one was when we did your After Dark.
Yeah, that was the best. That thong
So
one
if you
was the
want to
best
get
one.
your cool geek T-shirt at any convention you guys got coming up, get them at TeePublic. The link is in the description below. Get your favorite shirt. Me personally, I'm partial to the Power Rangers in Space Star Wars mashup, but get any shirts and look cool at whatever convention you're going to. Again, that is in the description below.
Nice.
Now, speaking of superheroes, another segue.
Segue.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you try to
Oh, yeah,
execute
I know
segues.
what a segue too.
I'm gonna be so critical of your segues this weekend because I won't be here. He's just gonna do them, and it's gonna be like that had nothing to do with anything. So, speaking of superheroes, one thing that comes out every Wednesday is comic books, and we got our resident comic expert Johnny. So, if you don't know what qualifies Johnny as an expert, is that he writes his own comic. First of all, tell us about said comic book.
So my comic book is called Broken. It's a really cool comic that takes place in the future. It's like Pokemon meets Smash Brothers Melee, and it's really fun. You guys can check that out on my Gumroad page. The first issue is only $2.99 or something like that. So yeah, go check it out. Go support.
Nice.
Now, Johnny, what's in your pull list this week?
So I got a couple books in my pull list. The first one is a book by DC called Damage. Daniel, can you read that really quickly? So Damage is it's not good. It's not good at all. So
But that's
here's
in
the
your
thing.
pull list?
It's on my
Wait,
God. So
hold
here's the
on.
thing. Here's my new rule for my pull list.
Wait.
My pull list is let me look at something. If it catches my eye, I want to read it and check it out. So
Why
I
did
picked
this catch your eye, number one?
So number one, again, they've been hyping this up because they've been introducing all these new heroes to the DC universe and everything like that. Which was all right, this is cool. You always want to introduce, shake things up. But the thing about this is when you read Damage, it is nothing but an Incredible Hulk ripoff on so many different levels.
But it's a new age of heroes.
It is, but it's a new age of us using Marvel's old
Is
heroes.
that what it says?
Oh my gosh, and it's just so bad because the whole premise of the story is that this guy's in the military and he signs up for the Damage Project, and his whole motivation for signing up is he's like, I've seen Superman, I've seen the Flash, and them save people, and I'm tired of them hogging the spotlight. And I'm like, that's our main character's motivation?
Is that kind
Jealousy?
of like this sounds like that episode of Justice League Unlimited where the general becomes the villain, and remember it's Shining Knight and all these B-list heroes that fight him?
Exactly.
Is it the same motivation then?
So pretty much that's his motivation for becoming the hero, whatever. But yeah, so pretty much he goes through and beats up on everybody like the Incredible Hulk style. And what's really sucks is his whole thing is again he's super strong, and they're like he's almost as strong as Superman or maybe even stronger. No, he's not. No, he's not. He takes his punches from a cyborg armed man and everything like that, almost gives him the business.
So I almost want every single one of you to add this to your poll list so Johnny has to talk about it again.
No, please God, no, please don't do it. And then was but here's the thing though, they try to put a gimmick on it. They're like, we're doing the Incredible Hulk, but guess what? He has a 60-minute time limit. So as you read every issue, the little time clock is up in the corner.
He's got a
which
little
counts down.
kitchen timer.
Exactly.
Ding, I'm back.
Exactly. So and again, they're doing all this Incredible Hulk tropes. Where the guy's I don't want to be used as a
So
weapon.
it's just an analog.
Blah 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 blah. And it's it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff of the Incredible Hulk. It's not doing anything original. And the fact that he's in the military, you got the whole General Ross aspect going on as well, where they want to weaponize him. It's become really problematic. So the thing about this is they're not doing anything original with this character. They're walking treaded ground.
When they created this, did they not think that people were gonna connect
Oh,
the
what?
dots?
You mean 9 months ago?
Honestly, what I think they probably thought was because they've been beating Marvel, it's recently with the critics and in sales in some areas and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think they kind of felt themselves a little bit. It's I think we can get away with this. I think people will say this is good. No, the hell it's not.
So you imagine
No, the
being in
hell
that
it's
DC pitch office with I got an idea. It's the Hulk, but he's gray.
But it's not. This isn't the first time one comic book company stole from another comic book company. There's so many.
It's not. But the thing about
Supreme
it is that
Squadron,
Squadron Supreme.
so whatever.
Yeah, but the cool thing about the Squadron Supreme is that when they did that, they took all the DC heroes and made them villains. And that's the reason why they still stick around.
He's saying it's a cookie cutter version of the Hulk that's not even as good as the Hulk. So let's skip that. That should not be in your poll list. We're going to move on to our next comic this week, which is
Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider.
Ooh, Ben Reilly. I just got that suit for Spider-Man.
Dope. Here's the thing. So it's really fun. So the cool thing about this is those that if you know the origin, Ben Reilly's a clone of Spider-Man. For a time, he was Peter Parker, took over the role.
Yeah.
Then, sadly enough, he died, but fans have loved him for years, and they brought him back. And Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider is actually really cool because the dope thing about it is though is that Ben Reilly isn't based in New York. He's based in Las Vegas. He has Kane there with him, and both being two Scarlet Spiders. And the cool thing about it is though they have a lot of freedom to tell because they're not part of the major Marvel storylines and everything like that. They get to tell all these cool magical storylines with magic in them and science fiction and everything like that. Mephisto pops up as a villain. All these other cool villains pop up, and so you get a Spider-Man story where we don't have to worry about how does this tie into Avengers, how does this tie into this,
Yeah.
and they give it a lot of freedom. So if you want to check out something that's really cool, again, really free of the constraints of being part of big storylines, go check it out. And it's doing really well. It's on issue 23 right now, so it has a pretty strong fan base.
now. I do have to ask you this. Now, this is issue 23. Is this the issue that people should jump on though?
I would say that, so I'm just reading the current storyline right now, and so the current storyline, they're in the middle of wrapping up. I say they're about an issue or two from wrapping up. So after this, it would be a good jumping on point for their next storyline. But this current storyline, again, as I'm going through it, the art looks good, the storytelling's fun. It might get a good places to jump on, just to see how this ends and everything. Because the current storyline, it's not too complicated, and was really dope as well. At the beginning of each issue, they give a quick recap of everything that's happened thus far, so it catches you up right away.
All right. Do you got another one?
That's it.
That's it. There you go. Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider. That should be in your pull list next week. Johnny's going to be back next week with more pulls. There's Johnny's book, Broken, which should be in your pull list anyway. And if you have a chance,
that book.
It's a good book.
And if you have a chance to meet Johnny, check him out at a convention near you. Johnny, what's the next convention you got coming up?
Well, I think we'll all be there. It'll be LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
So I'll be the hashtag show to get in for LA Comic Con.
So check them out at LA Comic Con if you're in the LA area. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. We had a lot of superhero news to cover this week. And as you can see, we'll be back every single week. But you can check out more news that's coming out day to day on our website, thathashtagshow.com. And a lot of these stories we talked about on this side here, we were the ones that broke a lot of these. I can almost guarantee you a lot of these stories, well, at least 2 of them, well, half of them, we broke the news on our website. So if you want to be in the know about the superhero world and you want to tell all your friends, hey, you know what? I know this about whatever movie. Check out our website at thathashtagshow.com. We'll keep you covered on the latest superhero news, gaming news, Star Wars news, and of course, Power Ranger news. We got you covered. Guys, where can we find you this week?
You can find me on Saturday on the Ranger Wrap-Up and the Henshin Hangout with my bro, Johnny and Justin. And we're going to be talking
Do you have a statement to make about said statement you made in... I'm just kidding.
I am whoever I say I am. We're going to be talking about this new... my Go-Go Power Rangers Back to School issue.
And you got a review this week too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna make some spaghetti sauce, some probably ragu.
So where can people find you on social media?
All social media at Jezzer Reyes.
And Johnny, obviously we know they can pick up your book,
Yep.
but where can they see you next on this show or on this channel?
So they can see me next on Henshin Hangout with the Henshin crew. So with me, Justin, and Jezzer, we'll be talking about Lupin Ranger versus Potter Ranger, and we'll also be talking about our new
Johnny's
new
favorite show,
Zeo, which is so dope. It is so dope.
Hey, don't give it all away here. Wait, let them tune in on Saturday.
Yep.
And guys, where can they find you on social media?
At JohnnyP313 on Instagram, Twitter, and on Gumroad.
And you can find me at that hashtag Joe. I am not here this weekend, but these guys are going to be holding it down, and they're going to do a great job. So be sure you tune in this Saturday on the Henshin Hangout and the Ranger Wrap-Up, and keep following us all over the place, that hashtag show, and and get all your latest news on that hashtagshow.com. But thank you guys so much for joining us on your Thursday night, depending on where you are in the world, maybe your Friday morning. Who knows? Thank you guys for joining us. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
In geek pop culture.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.